Now, Wax House, on the other hand.
House of Wax, you fucking
House of
casual.
Wax, on the other hand.
House of Wax. This was a solid. I haven't seen many horror movies, but I liked this one.
Yeah, I also have not seen many horror movies. I did not like this one.
Interesting. Okay, so let's see. First, so the first like creepy thing that happens is like, you know, they're camped out. The car drives up. They break the headlight, and then it drives off.
Why did they break the headlight, by the way? My biggest complaint about this movie, which I know is just like a complaint about the horror movie and genre, is the characters are fucking stupid, and like they don't act rationally at any point whatsoever.
Well, they were drunk.
Honestly, I would have thrown a bottle at him.
They're getting fucking hammered. There's a bunch of them. They're getting, you know, there's just some random guy encroaching on their space. They're just defending themselves. And some dumb drunk
defending themselves, the guy's just sitting there.
I mean, he's
blasting with their headlights.
It's suspicious as fuck, okay? I think doing something was the appropriate. I think the bigger sign of ineptitude is, why the fuck would you not pack up and leave after that?
Yeah,
that is
like
very
strange.
strange.
Raid our camp or some shit. Yeah. I was talking about it during the movie. Like, these people should be sleeping in shifts after that. There's no way they're just gonna let that happen and just walk it off.
Not at all. And then they wake up the next day at 2:30 in the afternoon?
Yeah, all of them wake up at 2:30. None of them fucking woke up prior to that. They're up all night.
Yeah. And then, you know, they split up. The two go into the town. Or, yeah, two of them at first.
Yeah, main girl and her boyfriend.
Yeah. I don't know the girl's name. But, is it Dylan? No, it's not.
I have no idea, dude. I don't know any of their names.
The main guy was Wade. I know the guy was Wade.
And villain?
Boy, Wade is really into Wax, dude. He's so fucking into this Wax house. He is so excited about it. I would say one big positive, I think the cinematography in this movie was really solid.
Yeah, that's one thing Jackson's praising as well.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Let's see. Man, I skip a lot of this movie in my notes. I'm writing it down as I'm thinking it up. I guess I just didn't have anything to say.
You're so engrossed.
I didn't have anything to say about Wade getting killed at all, but because the next thing is
shocking.
Yeah, the next thing I say is just that shot of Wade's skin getting peeled off was freaky.
Jesus Christ, yeah, it was. We were all wincing the whole time during that.
Yeah, that was really uncomfortable.
I didn't like that. Let's see. Blake and Blonde Girl were in the woods right next to a massive industrial plant?
Apparently.
Yeah, they didn't notice that before, I guess.
What is the layout of this area?
There's the town, and there's the industrial district over down the road.
Once they start killing, it's like they're hitting them really quickly.
Mm.
Like they go from, you know, the group of 6 down to 2 in like 20-30 minutes, maybe less.
Yeah.
I just write, holy shit, a horror movie with guns?
And they were used to great effect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that's the next thing I write is the gore effects are really cool, where it's, you know, the viscera and, you know, you had bugs crawling out of the one and the skeletons, whatever. That was cool. I like it.
I do think that the bugs were a very nice touch with those.
Mm-hmm. I really want this bat to turn out to be Wax. I was really hoping that when she finally tries hitting the bad guy with the bat, it like breaks on him and it's Wax or something. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but that would have been funny.
Sweet. However, another fucking moment where the characters are stupid and I hate them. Why does she not just like bash his head in immediately, okay? Well, he was like distracted with other shit.
She eventually does, but yeah, she could have done it so much sooner.
Yeah, she had so many opportunities while he was just like fucking tearing out arrows and shit from his body.
Right, yeah. That's the thing with horror movies in general, I feel like offense is, like, a lot of times it would be much better if they just went on offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in their scenario, though, it's pretty fucking, like, they're inside the house of the person that's, like, killing them. They're like, this would be a horrifying scenario. And they don't know about the other fucking person, too. There's the other, you know, person lurking about. That they at least are, like, the girl's aware of them.
know about that person, yeah.
Well, yeah, they're aware of them, so I don't know. I feel like she was maybe being cautious of the fact that, you know, she takes out him and just fucking stab him in the back or some shit.
I found it so interesting. This movie does something that most horror movies don't really do, which is they have, like, a final set piece, like an action movie, where it's the melting house. That was cool as fuck. They did a great job with that. I agree. Them slipping around and sinking into the stairs and like the holes opening up and all that. They were very creative with that, and I thought it was very well done. And I thought the visual effects for that part held up until that very last shot where it looks really bad.
Going all goofy. Yeah.
That looked really bad. Before that, it was doing pretty good. But
Yeah.
let's see. I only have 2 other things. The soundtrack aged very poorly.
Yeah.
The soundtrack,
very poorly.
They have Disturbed and some other like emo metal shit, but not current with the times. And then I think the villains' motivations could have been a bit clearer. Obviously, we understand they were Siamese twins. They got separated. One of them's ugly, and they were like tortured as children. I guess I'm unclear on why they're really doing this whole like fake town thing.
I think one of them was just fucking crazy and it was an excuse. Like, they just wanted to like, I don't know, like take revenge on the world or some shit. So they were going around killing, and the guy liked wax, so they just kind of like, use the two together or something.
I'm
definitely with you. I don't think their motivations are super clear.
Yeah, I think that they're just crazy is kind of lame most of the time.
Yeah, and also like, I'm not a big fan of like slasher movies either. I like horror in general, I don't really like watching. However, I do watch a lot of YouTube videos about horror movies because they present a lot of really interesting ideas generally, where it's like, what if this like weird thing was happening in the world? And it's like, oh, that's cool.
What if that weird thing was happening?
I wonder. But like, with a slasher movie, it's just like, this is like an evil guy, and he likes killing people.
That's like the most realistic one.
And like,
maybe not this, but...
And like, once you realize that like, this like other person who's killing people, they're just like some other Siamese twin. They're not like some weird entity or some shit. It's like, I don't know, that's just like a person right there. You can easily just like bash their skull in right now.
Yeah,
it takes a lot. It takes a lot of like the thrill out of it, kind of, for me. Once I'm like, they're not supernatural in any way.
I thought the killers were pretty smart. They had a decent setup. I think mostly what just went wrong for them here is they tried taking on too many victims at one time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like presumably most of the townsfolk were coming in groups of 1s and 2s, which clearly like luring them into the room and snapping their Achilles and whatever the fuck. Clearly they had that system like down pat.
Pretty systematic about their killings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the general like setup of the movie is interesting though. Like regardless of their motivations, them just fucking killing a bunch of people and turning them into a whole ass town of wax people that are a bunch of dead bodies. I think that's pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like that setup a lot. It's very unnerving, especially when like the town like comes to life when they're like realize everything's just fake. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, now Tanner, one thing I want to get your opinion on here: the big final revelation at the end of the film as they're closing it out. There were 3 brothers, Tanner. There were 3 of them.
I was kind of thinking, well, what about that guy? Because he's clearly in on it.
Yeah.
And they go, yeah.
I don't know if he's necessarily even a brother. He maybe just some fucking crazy guy that was helping him for something.
No, I think they said he was his brother.
Yeah, no, they established it was like...
Oh, yeah. They literally said there's a 3rd brother. Yeah, no, that has literally like nothing to it. They're just like...
Right, I don't know why that had to be added.
I think they just... I'm guessing they got to the end of the movie and then realized, wait, why did that guy know about the town and lead them there?
Yeah.
And so they had to kind of just throw that in.
I think it would have been a lot better had they like not said anything about that, but still had him like wave to him as they were leaving.
Yeah, because then it's like what of his involvement.
Yeah, then it's like what the fuck is his deal?
Right. Okay. I can kind of agree.
So yeah, that little twist at the end of it's like this doesn't do anything for me. Why what's going on?
Okay. Yeah. One thing that I remembered when I was watching it or when I had watched it previously. Is I thought they did more with like the convincing of the ugly one in the final scene. Like I thought they like legitimately like convinced him otherwise that like he was being manipulated, whatever. No, they don't. They just fucking kill him.
Yeah, he's totally committed.
Yeah, I totally thought that they actually convinced him for some reason. I don't know why I remembered that, but yeah, I was really confused when they got to that point. I was like, wait, what? They don't convince him? What's happening? Why is he still pissed off at him?
He just wants blood is all. He just wants blood.
Yeah, I know. Maybe they could have done something a little bit more with that. Maybe, not make him just some bloodthirsty monster. Could have given it a bit more humanity and still, like, killed him off. Obviously, they're in a really hard situation to get out of. But,
That was a good cinematographic maybe
Cinematographic.
cinematic, whatever. It was a good moment where it's her going for the final strike, and she crushes the mask as she plunges the knife into him. That was a nice little thing right there.
I agree.
But overall, how do you think Dylan enjoyed this movie, Tanner?
Knowing his predisposition to disliking human-like figures and models. And
the thing is, I don't think this movie is all that scary. Are there any jump scares?
Not really from what I remember, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
which I don't really think that jump scares are inherently scary either, but...
Yeah, I know, but they get Dylan really bad because he thinks he has schizophrenia. See, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I feel like he was a massive weenie about it, so...
He definitely wasn't doing like this the whole movie.
He wasn't. He legitimately wasn't doing that.
He was doing it for a decent amount of the movie, though.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he didn't give it an F tier.
Not gonna lie, this was not at all. I don't really like watching scary movie genres in the first place. House of Wax is definitely way out of my scope of things to watch. I actively avoided watching this movie since it came out. I've been aware of its presence. I've been aware it existed. But given my my onset of phobia, I actively chose to avoid this movie. And there's not much to say about this movie. It was extremely gross, extremely creepy. Did not enjoy it at all. I would say from a movie watcher standpoint, it made sense. It fit the genre very well. In terms of the type of movie it was, and if people are into those kinds of movies, this movie definitely was way up there in terms of ratings. If I enjoyed this kind of movie, I'd probably put it up there in S tier, maybe A+ or something, somewhere around that. But that's if I actually, was looking at it from a neutral standpoint. I really, really, really hated this movie, on top of having automatonophobia with all the mannequins, and even though they were people, I think that's actually probably what made it worse. And then just not enjoying horror. I really, really dislike real life gore. Video game gore is something completely different. I don't know why, it just is. But yeah, real gore is just not my thing. I absolutely hated this movie, and like I said, I actively avoided it for, I don't know, at least 10 years. I don't remember how long this movie's been out, but yeah, not gonna lie, gonna have to give this movie an F- for sure.
He gave an F-, actually.
He gave the worst possible ranking.
Can we discount that? Like, honestly?
Yeah, it's like a...
Unfortunately, we can't.
Yeah, I know we can't, but like, come on.
Objectively bad opinion. He literally, in his review, he talks about how he sees the artistic stuff of the movie and the cinematography, things like that. But he just hated it so much that it's still an F-. When we're talking about our objective rankings of these movies, you are spot on saying he has no fucking care in the world about how good the movie actually is. It's all just how much he liked it. I'm giving it a B. Solid B for me.
What about you, Nico?
Yeah, I think it's a solid C-.
Interesting. I'm interested that I'm the highest on this one because I have it at an A-.
That is very high.
I was thoroughly entertained throughout. I thought the practical effects on all the gore and whatever was well done. I thought the pacing was good. I thought the visual effects, aside from that last moment, were pretty good. The setup was good. The final set piece, really put it over the edge, in my opinion. I thought that was, super well done and very cool. Yeah. I just thought it was pretty...
Yeah, I think there's a lot of moments in that movie I really remembered for quite a bit of time, which is why I wanted to watch it again, just for the slasher stuff, the skin peeling off, just the guy turning into fucking wax.
Yeah, and then spraying him with the wax as he's...
Yeah, that was a really cool scene. Obviously his Achilles tendon being cut, I hated that. I was so uncomfortable seeing that. The other one where the chick's walking around through the factory and gets fucking sliced up.
Yeah.
I hated that too, man. Those make me so uncomfortable, but they're really well done, I think. I think honestly another minor complaint I had was with just that girl and her boyfriend. I feel like it almost felt like they just were killing him off, kind of they forgot about him almost, because they're kind of just doing whatever the fuck. How does this they know that there's 6 of them, I guess, but this fucking person is suddenly goes out and goes to find them.
Yeah,
it felt weird. It felt they're all right, we gotta kill these guys. We forgot about them.
Yeah,
let's get him dead.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. Also, how do they not know about this massive fucking factory? There's no way they wouldn't see this thing in the heat of the moment and then like go and explore it or anything. It just
I
like
mean,
is
I
a set
guess
piece
it's
that pops
hidden
up
out
at
in the
end.
woods.
I guess
Who
so.
knows?
And she I guess found it, but like, you know, during the day you feel like you would have seen it, especially when they're walking through the woods
Yeah.
to get to the fucking
Yeah.
pile. Whatever though, I think the fact it was a cool set piece. You could like see when they're going through it all like the bags of like phones and shit of people that they had killed. I assume is what was happening there.
Yeah.
I think that was a cool set piece overall. Like the
Yeah,
cars
and when you
of people
realize that,
they-
when you realize the cars are all like, oh, that's, yeah. Yeah, I think A minus is, okay, fuck, hold on. So,
F minus, C minus, B, and A minus.
Is this like our most polarizing film yet?
it seems
might
like
be. This
we're
is-
pretty all over the map.
Yeah, this is quite
Yeah.
the spread.
This math, hold on.
You should just write a program and you put them all in and it just like spits out the number.
Yeah.
That'd be a good idea, yeah.
I should write a Discord bot that just lets you do.
Yeah, I mean, how hard could that be, Jackson?
And I was
Not
the
hard-
highest.
not hard at all.
Okay, so we have one F minus.
I mean, hey, you do have like a whole month ahead of you here of not much, so like I guess you could take like
I could literally bust that out in like an hour.
Okay. So it was an F minus. Next lowest was Nico at C minus.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So 8, and then Jackson at. Did you say B? B?
Yeah.
Okay. That's 19 plus my A minus is 32. And then 32 divided by 4 is 8. 8 puts it at a C.
Well, there we go. A C tier film.